minutes, and you guys got it easy. I got the hard part. As always, after eating, we have a tendency to want to relax and go to sleep. Just give me a few minutes this evening. From the subject, be careful where you build. Be careful where you build. You can look at a passage many times, and then sometimes it just jump out at you something. And so let me talk about this and use this as the premise for which to discuss a certain thing. And I looked at this passage here and thought about two types of individuals that Jesus described, the two men, the two builders. He spoke about one building on a certain location, building upon a certain ground, and spoke about another building upon a certain ground. But if you look at Matthew chapter 7, let's start at verse 21. It says, "Not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven." It says, "Men will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name, cast out devils in thy name, done many wonderful works? And then when I profess unto them, he says, I never knew you. Depart from me, you that work iniquity." And then it says in verse 24, "Therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them," it says, "I will liken him unto a wise man which built his house upon a rock. And the rock descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell not, for it was founded upon a rock. And everyone that heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them not shall be likened unto a foolish man, which built his house upon the sand. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell, and great was the fall of it." But just a few minutes, I want to talk from the subject, be careful where you build. And we understand that in this text, Jesus is referencing to where you are putting your faith, where you are putting your trust. We know Jesus is referred to as the Son of God and God the Son. He is the Prince of Peace. He's the wonderful counselor, and all these different things that we refer to him as. He's also referred to as a rock. He's referred to as a rock, something that is solid, something that's going to be there. And as we think about where we build, it's important when one sets out to build or construct a house, they take a good look at the foundation, because as the foundation goes, so goes the house. As the strength of the foundation is, so is the strength of what is built upon it. And when we think about building, it's important that we are careful where we put our faith, where we put our trust. There are certain things that God tells us to do, and we know that we will be on the right side of God. We will be where he wants us to be. And then there are certain things that he warns us against that will cause calamity and damage to come upon us for not following his way. And I thought about some things that we need to be careful where we build and how we build and what we build. I thought about some opposites. Amen. We are to build and live our lives in accordance with God's will and God's way. And we are to have certain traits and certain characteristics. Certain things ought to be just as common to us as breathing. Amen. As Christians, there are certain things we should not have to struggle with. We should not have to struggle to find answers to certain things in life. And when we look at the relationship between love and the relationship of hate, it should be very simple for us to understand that as children of God, we should love. Amen? If we're going to build, we must build upon love. If we build upon hate, we are just like the man who went out and built his house upon the sand. And the thing about the building that Jesus spoke about, both of them experienced the same elements. The same weather came, the same wind came, the same rains came, but they had different results on them. Why? Because they had different foundations. Children of God, brothers and sisters, as I close here, I want us to understand that we cannot build upon hate. We must build upon love. And as we think about build upon love and hate, all things that are not of love, all things that have hate involved with them has a certain level of selfishness involved. As children of God, we should be selfless people, amen? We should give of ourselves. It's not in a child of God. It should not be in a child of God found to be a person who is selfish. Amen. So as I build, I don't want to build upon selfishness. I want to build upon selfless. Amen? I want to be selfless, deal with our selflessness. I want to be one who is willing to give of myself. What about when it comes to forgiving? Should I be one who is full of forgiveness or one who has a heart of unforgiving? As a child of God, we must be forgiving people. Amen? We must be ones who are willing to forgive. Everything about us is based upon Jesus forgiving us. He said to the Father, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Everything about us being children of God and having redemption and all that has to do with forgiveness. So we must be ones who have hearts of forgiveness and not be those who are unforgiving. What about courage and fear? God is not the author of fear, amen, but of peace. We should be children of courage. We should have the courage to stand up and do and say those things that are right, regardless of what may come upon us. You think Jesus would have went to the cross if he was overtaken by fear? He had to be courageous. Courage won out at the end of the day. And I know he had periods of apprehension, but at the end of the day, thank God, courage won out. Not of fear, but of courage. Talk about the foolish man and the man who used wisdom when it came to building this house. We must use wisdom. If we're going to build, we have to make sure we build upon wisdom and not build upon foolishness. Trust me, there's enough of that to go around. There's enough foolishness to go around, amen? Like you used to tell us when we grew up, boy, act like you got some sense, amen? Act like you got some sense. What about self-control? If we're going to build, we have to build upon having self-control. Not incontinency, not lack of self-control, amen? When we have lack of self-control, anything goes. I tell you what lack of self-control is. Look at the religious world. One go out of business, another one come in, amen? No self-control, no ability to say, you know what, this is what thus saith the Lord. No self-control involved in it. What about truth? And then lies. Jesus says, sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is truth. If you build a house on lies, I'm talking it down. The thing about telling the truth, you can tell it over and over and over. And over and over. But when you tell a lie, now you got to work hard. What did I say the last time? What did I say the last time? Tell one lie, or I have to tell two. But when you deal in truth, you can go to sleep, you can wake up, they can ask the same question, you give the same answer. If you deal in truth. But if it's a lie, then you got to start searching. Being faithful and being unfaithful. What are you going to build upon? A life of faithfulness or a life of unfaithfulness? Disobedience versus obedience. Build a life upon obedience or build a life upon disobedience. What are you going to build upon? Strength or weakness? The flesh is weak. Whole flesh. Spirit is willing. Amen? Are you going to build upon a rock or are you going to build upon the sand? When you think about your life as a Christian and without faith we can't please God, where are you willing to take a chance? Have your faith built upon the rock or build upon the sand? At simple caution us, brothers and sisters, as we go out this week, we're going to be faced with many challenges. We always are. Every time we leave here, we're faced with challenges. And many times, something we've talked about throughout the Lord's Day, something comes back in front of us and say, hey, you know what, I'm familiar with that. I can deal with this because we just talked about that. We had that in the Bible class. That was spoken about in the sermon. So I know how to deal with that. So as you go out this week, there's going to be opportunities that are going to come your way, and it's going to give you a chance to say, okay, well, what is my stuff built on? What is it built on? So I caution us, be careful where you build. If you're here tonight, you're not a child of God. How do you become a child of God? You have to obey the gospel of Jesus Christ. There are many other stories out there, right? There are other gospels out there. But Paul says if somebody come here and don't bring this gospel, they are cursed. So we know the gospel to be the facts of the death, the burial, and the resurrection of Jesus Christ. He died, he was buried, and he rose again the third day. One must hear that story. And when one hears that story, they should be moved or pricked in their heart and should be moved to believe it. And then say, I made to change my mind. I made to repent. And I need to confess that he was the Son of God. Then I can have all of my sins washed away. He done his part. I can have all my sins washed away in the water grave baptism. Rise to walk in newness of life, be added to the body. And be faithful unto death, he says, I'll give you a crown of life. And now I start making decisions. Where am I going to build? Am I going to go with foolishness? Am I going to go with wisdom? And I'm going to go with character, I'm going to go with fear. And I'm going to go with love, and I'm going to go with hate. Now I start making those important decisions that's going to have a determination of where I spend eternity. Be careful where you build. If you're here tonight, you're not a child of God, the invitation is yours. If you're here tonight, the invitation is yours as we can stand and sing this song together.
Without you.